All right, squaddies, come in, get comfortable, and really settle your minds for this one. Because what we're about to break down is not just about two brands. It's about perception, narrative engineering, and how people use comparison as a weapon to quietly shape what you believe about success. Let's start with the argument that's been circulating, confidently, repeatedly, and with a tone that suggests it's beyond debate. The claim goes like this: Victoria Beckham is the blueprint. A real luxury founder. A serious fashion entrepreneur. Someone with credentials, structure, industry respect. Her brand represents legitimacy. Meanwhile, Meghan Markle and her venture as ever are framed as something lesser. A vanity project. A celebrity playing business. Jam jars, a Netflix deal, and branding that critics say lacks depth compared to real industry players. And squaddies, notice the tone of that comparison. It's not neutral. It's not analytical. It's designed to place one woman firmly above the other before you've even looked at the numbers. So let's do something very simple, but very powerful. Let's look at what is actually happening, right now, in real time. Because this week alone gives us more clarity than all the commentary combined. We start with the Victoria Beckham brand. A major development: Ralph Toledano, the chair of the company, is stepping down after 8 years. And this isn't just any executive quietly exiting stage left. This is a heavyweight figure in global fashion, former president of the Fédération de la Haute Couture et de la Mode, a man with deep institutional influence. Handpicked back in 2018 to help steer the brand into its next phase. Now, yes, the language around his departure is calm. Personal decision. New chapter. All the phrases you expect when transitions are being softened for public consumption. But squaddies, let's not pretend. A chair stepping down after 8 years is always significant. Always. Especially in a business that is still trying to stabilize itself. And here's where the conversation shifts, because beyond the headlines, the financials tell a deeper story. The latest accounts show losses of $4.5 million in 2024. That's up from $3 million the year before, and this isn't an isolated dip. This is not a bad season. This is not a temporary setback. This is the of losses. 12. Let that sit for a second. For over a decade, this brand, despite its prestige, despite its visibility, despite its growth, has not turned a profit. Now, yes, revenues are up. A 26% increase to $112.7 million is nothing to dismiss. That is real growth. That signals demand. That signals traction. But profitability matters. Sustainability matters. And when a company itself uses phrases like right-sizing the business, that's corporate language for restructuring, tightening, recalibrating, trying to fix something that isn't quite working yet. So now we have the full picture. Growth, yes, but paired with a long-standing inability to convert that growth into profit. Now hold that in one hand, and in the other, let's look at as ever. This is a first-year brand. A startup, no decade-long runway, no legacy infrastructure, no slow build over years. And yet, within its first year, it has sold close to 1 million units of a single product category. That's not hype. That's consumer behavior. That's people actually buying, repeatedly, at scale. It has created sell-out moments across multiple launches. It has built international trademark protection, meaning it's thinking globally from day one. It has partnerships, content integration through Netflix, a production arm, and experiential offerings like retreats that sold out instantly and had to expand due to demand. Now pause, because this is where you have to detach from narrative and focus on. One brand, 12 years old, 12 consecutive years of losses, growing revenue, but still unprofitable. leadership transition at the top. The other, 1-year-old, high-demand product performance, immediate sellouts, expanding ecosystem across media, lifestyle and experiences, strong early consumer traction squaddies. These are not the same starting points, and yet they were being compared as if they were. Why? And this is where the deeper layer comes in. Because that comparison was never just about business, it was about positioning. It was about establishing a narrative where Meghan is always framed as less serious, less credible, less legitimate. It uses Victoria Beckham's very real achievements, and let's be clear, those achievements, as a measuring stick. But then it selectively presents information. It highlights revenue but quietly omits losses. It praises longevity but avoids mentioning the cost of sustaining it. Because the moment you put both sides of the equation on the table, the 12th year of losses alongside a near million-unit first year, the narrative starts to wobble. It stops being clean. It stops being convenient. Now, let's be balanced, because that matters too. The Victoria Beckham brand have strengths. Its fashion credentials are legitimate. Its repositioning strategy since 2019 has shown progress. Its growth trajectory deserves recognition. None of that is being denied here, but recognition of one brand should not require the diminishment of another. And that's the issue. Because what we're seeing isn't analysis. It's comparison used as a cudgel. A tool to subtly undermine one woman by elevating another, while quietly filtering out the inconvenient facts that would complicate that hierarchy. And here's the truth that cuts through all of it. The market doesn't care about narratives. It doesn't care about who people is more legitimate. It cares about behavior. What are people buying? What are they responding to? What are they showing up for with their money? And right now, one of these brands has demonstrated the ability to generate immediate, large-scale consumer demand in its very first year, while the other, despite its prestige and progress, is still searching for consistent profitability after more than a decade. And then, in the middle of all this, one just lost its chair. So, squaddies, when you step back from the noise, strip away the commentary, and just look at the facts in front of you, the picture becomes a lot clearer. Not simpler, but clearer. And sometimes clarity is all you need. I'll leave you right there, because at this point you don't need anyone to tell you what to think. Just look at the numbers, look at the timing, look at what's actually happening, and draw your own conclusions.